What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's Thursday. That means we are mock drafting. We are full tonight, it looks like, which is awesome. Awesome to see that we're full already. So as soon as I make sure everybody is on and ready to go, we will kick this thing off. As always, you can follow along the chat, ask any questions, laugh at picks, tell people how great their picks are, whatever you want to do. What it's all about. All right, so who's not green? I know Keith has got to be here. I hope Pierre just jumped on. Let's see. Rob just joined, so I'm guessing he's here. Is Ale green? I can't see Ale. Is he green, Roberto? Can you see him? Or Nate, can you see him? Is Ale green? No?
I don't think so.
No, he's not green. And by the way, I'm here. My things should be green, but I'm not on the app right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. It doesn't always show up green. Obviously, I know you're here.
Back with the music this week, huh?
I like the music. Maybe it's a little loud, though. Let's turn it down a little bit. There we go.
So that guy
Rob,
that person that you linked in the chat, he's pretty spot on. A lot of the people that I personally believe not to draft so early, like he makes up. It's Jones.
The video.
The last one, yeah, that last one, yeah.
Yeah, I just really
That's
like.
cool though.
Yeah, he's pretty spot on, but I also just like the way he does his videos. Like it's very. It's not just him staring at the camera talking at you for 8 minutes. It's like it's jumping, it's showing you stuff. When he's talking about something, he's showing it on the screen.
Yeah,
I like that.
but I mean, it depends on what you guys want to do, your software and your editing stuff. And I don't know,
I do all the editing. That's a lot of work.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want someone to probably help you with the editing, because he probably does that. He probably has someone that could possibly help him out.
I'm sure he's.
How many people does he follow, or how many people follow him?
He's got like 50K. Oh, he probably does have an editor. All right, guys, here we go. Start this thing. I'm on the clock. I'm gonna take. You guys know what I'm taking. I gotta really scroll down. Where is he? There we go.
101.
101. My 101. All right, Cheeks. Not scared. Not scared to go wide receiver early. If I recall, last week, Gene Hackman went like 3 running backs in the first 4 rounds, and his team had some issues. So I see he's switching it up this week.
Do we have any new drafters this week?
Yeah, we got Rob J. Will. I don't think we've ever had him before. I think he's the only new one. Maybe Hot Shots 123. I think that's Smitty from the Discord.
Did you announce the 3 wide receiver format?
I did not. I probably should. Yeah, for those watching us on YouTube, this is your first time checking us out. We do these drafts: 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 wide receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex, full PPR. So you may see more wide receivers than you're used to seeing, but with a 3 wide receiver, 1 flex, full PPR. That's kind of how it goes. Nah, your running back depth in these drafts, your running back depth will be just fine.
Yeah, Chris, I just turned off my camera just to make sure. Like, you're probably going to see people in the background, so I do apologize.
No worries at all. No worries at all.
You might see occasional people kind of going through my shoulder and kind of peeking.
Whoa! Why didn't we get the wow thing? Pierre with the Dalvin Cook, Saquon Barkley double anchor start.
Love the reports about Saquon getting all those targets in preseason. If he gets the passing game work ramped up like he used to.
He's going to probably trip up over a pebble and he's going to twist his ankle. We'll see.
He's one of the best bounce back candidates this year, right? Like, got the ACL fully behind him.
Yeah.
He's locked into a 3-down workhorse role.
Yeah.
We know he's awesome. The talent is there. The talent's not the issue.
He has to. There's no way that he does not do at least like top 10 in running back.
If he doesn't,
just because of his load,
you gotta wonder, like, did his candle burn out at 23 years old? That's the other thing. He's still young. He's still
crazy.
Young.
Yeah.
It's just some it's through StreamYard. It's some royalty-free music. It's called "Beating the Ducks."
Oh, sounds violent. Oh, she's. To be honest, that was a big consideration to get him Barkley early instead of Swift.
There's one spot tough in these drafts.
Who's your wide receiver 1 gonna be?
Yeah, exactly.
See how bad it is.
I wouldn't even feel great about my RB2 here.
All right, I got a question for you. If you started with Cup, right, or Chase or whoever, how would you feel about like Cup, Chubb, or Cup? Like if you had started with a wide receiver, would you feel better about that one spot in these drafts? Yeah,
absolutely. Jeez, man. All right. There it is. Gotta get the wow.
Better hope Watson plays.
All right, whatever. You can get your guys.
Hi, Johnson. Oh, dang.
I mean, what wide receiver are we taking over Cooper right there? Maybe Deontay?
I mean, I know it's a matter of semantics, really, but I think I'd probably go Pittman over Cooper.
I mean, yeah, I could have gone Pittman at 212 and then Cooper at the 3-1. Maybe it doesn't look as
Yeah,
bad.
I know it doesn't matter, but
I did think about Mark Andrews. Definitely Mark Andrews was a possibility. Running back was not a possibility.
you have enough Mark Andrews.
Nick Chubb, Leonard Fournette, Aaron Jones. Yeah, I can get those guys. I mean, everybody says every year, oh, okay, whatever, but I can get those guys in round 8, 9, 10, 11. Like I'll get like those guys will comparable running backs to those guys will be there later in the draft. They might not be there week 1, but they'll be there. And I mean, I don't know. It's just tough in these drafts. There's not a lot of drafts where the wide receiver 13 is gone in round 2.
So how are we feeling about Deebo Samuel, his
I feel
usage?
good about him.
Damn good.
I feel good about him.
You think they're gonna respect his wishes not to be such a running back?
I think so. Especially, Lance is probably going to run. They have Lance now, who's going to run more. They won't need him to run as much. But my worry with Debo is not, where he's going to play next year. He's going to be a 49er. My worry is Lance going to be the type of quarterback that can support a high-end wide receiver? We'll see.
So the Niners have a UDFA running back. If this was any other team, I wouldn't care, but it's the Niners and it's Shanahan.
Yeah.
And apparently he's impressing everybody right now at camp. And like the one of the guys that last year said, "No, you got to watch out for this Mitchell kid," is saying the same thing about this UDFA now.
That's the thing about the Niners and Shanahan. Like, draft capital doesn't matter. Nothing matters. If he likes you and he thinks you can get the job done, you'll play.
Keith walking the walk with the Metcalf pick.
Yeah, a little surprised Metcalf over like Sutton.
He was saying he liked Metcalf though. This isn't new.
I mean, Andrews at the 3.9 makes me wish I just had taken Andrews. Like, how do we let Andrews fall to the 3.9? That's pretty good.
Touchdown regression.
I mean, how many touchdowns did he have last year?
He had more than his targets within the 10 and the 20 would indicate he should have had, is what that comes down to.
No, I get it, but I mean, how many did he have last year? Do you know? What was the number? I didn't know.
I've got two screens going with this draft here, and I don't have a third to pull it up on. So.
I should know this, but let's see. Okay, let's see. The year with an interesting start.
Now, talk about positive regression, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, he had 9, but the year before he had 7 on only 58 catches, and the year before he had 10 on only 64 catches. So,
yeah, but their main wide receiver during those years was like 5'2". Now it's Bateman. He should be a little bit more.
Okay, but I mean, it's not like it's kind of like Evans. It's kind of like saying Mike Evans should regress in touchdowns. It's like, okay, but if he's scoring the same amount of touchdowns as he scored his entire career, are we really expecting a big regression from Mark Andrews? Look, I know you're upset that I have Justin Jefferson and Mark Andrews now.
No, I am actually, yes.
And you're trying to, poo-poo on my parade here, but
if you cared about your patrons, you'd just give them back to me, Chris.
Like, even if he regresses to 6 touchdowns, which would be the lowest he's had since he was a rookie, we only had 34 catches. I think
if he stays healthy, his floor is like the 3rd best tight end in the league, and that's if Pitts goes off, right? Like,
exactly.
He's a beast. He was always. I mean, the thing that kept him from being the best tight end in the league was the number of snaps he had. He wasn't able to stay out there, all the time. And this last year, he really kind of did.
Yeah.
So if he keeps up his efficiency numbers and is actually on the field, no one's stopping Mark Andrews.
No, and if you look, nothing he did last year was otherworldly. Like, 12.7 yards per reception is actually the 3rd lowest of his career. 9 touchdowns isn't even his career high. Yes, he caught 107 passes, but that was huge. Obviously, he's probably not going to catch 107 passes again, but like he wasn't like crazy off the charts, like 18 yards per reception or like 15 touchdowns.
No. Everything he did, he should be able to repeat, assuming the situation doesn't get out of hand.
Really,
I don't even know if I have a cue left. Somebody has to explain to me how we're drafting James Conner over Breece Hall. Nate, you have to explain this to me. How are you drafting James Conner over Breece Hall?
Because I, am choosing to ignore the fact that James Conner prior to last year couldn't stay healthy. And he should be on an offense where he has plenty of chances to fall in the end zone. Meanwhile, Breece Hall is operating behind
a different offense,
offensive line, and on a team that we have no idea what they're going to do. We don't know what the running back split's going to be.
It's going to be all Breece Hall. I can tell you right.
I don't know that it is, honestly.
It is. God dang.
I feel like the Jets are going to be the Cincinnati Bengals, like that kind of feel where they're going to do really good, but we'll see how Zach Wilson does. That's the whole thing. Because if he's not going to do well, then I don't think Breece Hall is going to do really well either. Open up that whole offense. We'll see that. This is my opinion.
I could see it being Bengals-like, but not like last year's Bengals, like previous year's Bengals.
Yeah, it would just T. Higgins.
right. Yeah. Where Joe Mixon, you saw why he was well regarded and he had all the talent in the world, but he couldn't take 2 steps before he was getting hit. He was getting hurt because he was getting hit in the backfield so much. I don't know.
No worries, Kenny. I didn't think you would accept that deal. Yeah.
But I still think Breece Hall is going to do a lot better than Conner, though. But I get how people would pick Connors over Hall, though.
I mean, Breece Hall is going to catch 50 passes minimum.
Even with Michael Carter? Do you think? The third down roll or anything?
A little bit. But look, it wasn't just that the Jets drafted Breece Hall.
Yeah,
the Jets traded up to get Breece Hall, and the reports were they were trying to trade back up into the first round to get Breece Hall. That's how badly they wanted Breece Hall. They were trying to trade back into the first round to get Breece Hall before anybody else did. If they loved Michael Carter, and Nate, I know you agree with me on this because you feel the same way about players. They love Michael Carter. They're not jumping through hoops and doing all that they can to get Breece Hall. They would just be like, hey, we'll take Kenneth Walker later, whoever, or Rashad White, or somebody else later, right? It's fine. No.
They wanted him, yeah.
I'm not going to lie. The reason I took Conner, or rather the reason I took a running back in the last round, is with this group, I was kind of hoping DJ Moore would fall to me in the next round.
There's no way.
I mean, it's happened before.
Yeah. I'm not going to feel confident if Kittle falls to me. He's hurt again.
I think
he's going to come back, though, I think.
No, I mean, fifth round Allen is great value for sure. It's hard to draft QBs early in this draft when you know nobody's drafting QB early. I wouldn't say it's a zero running back league.
There's still some running backs, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't want to draft Chubb or Fournette or Aaron Jones. I'd rather reach on Cooper and Pittman and then get a decent RB2 later.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Cheeks is just upset this isn't a flock draft and he can't start Derrick Henry, Najee Harris at the turn.
Who said that Traylon Burks is going to be worse than Robert Woods? Who said that in our chat? That's funny.
Stinger, of course. Stinger. I mean, if he's right about that, then the next year I am just going to Stinger for all my fantasy. I'm just like, Stinger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this on the video. What do you think? And he's like, no, say this instead. Okay, I'm saying that instead. No matter how crazy it sounds, I'll just say it.
Dude, how crazy is this if I did this? Let's see. I mean, it's my wide receiver 3. We'll see. 4.
Yeah, see, and then Ale over here with the 0 RB team. Diggs, Lamb, Sutton, Robinson, and it still gets Zeke.
I was going to pick that guy.
Cool.
Damn it. Dude, I don't know how people pick Damien Harris over a lot of these people on the running backs like Jacobs and Dobbins. Let's see.
So I will say I'm not feeling too bad about Connor over Hall, but I am kind of kicking myself for Connor over ETN.
Yeah, that definitely. Like if you like, to me, it's like if you're too nervous about Brees Hall, then at least take it. Yeah. But okay, let's be real. What is the difference between Brees Hall and Travis Etienne? I would argue Brees Hall was a better prospect than Travis Etienne. Although Etienne was a great prospect.
Etienne was a great prospect in a stronger class too, and that does kind of count for something, right?
Sure.
Who are you standing out against?
They're both in terrible offenses. They both play behind not great offensive lines. Like,
one of them has, Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson, and the other one has Zach Wilson and Saleh. And I like the idea of Saleh, but I don't know if he's a good coach. I haven't seen him do anything special.
Yeah, but it's for running backs. It's not like the scheme or it's more about the talent, the opportunity, right? And I don't think Etienne's going to get any more opportunity than Brees Hall. And I don't think his situation is any better than Brees Hall's. And
here it is.
Brees Hall is 100% healthy. And whatever they say at OTA, Etienne looking explosive, running against air, that's great. There still is a little bit of worry there with, like, is he really all the way back?
Screw it. I keep taking the risk where I make a pick going, the guy I want is going to make it back to me, and it keeps not working out. Let's see if I screw myself over again. This will be the third time.
All right, well, I feel like I almost have to take Darren Waller here. I like any of these running backs enough to grab one. Why?
I mean, you don't have to, Chris.
Old man Waller.
I mean, I'm buying time for my second pick. I already know I'm going Waller. And these wide receivers just fall off the cliff.
Where do you think the running back dead zone actually is in these drafts?
In our
Between
drafts,
round,
I
like
don't think there is.
six and eight.
I don't think there is a running back dead zone in our drafts. It's like running back value every round. No running back dead zone in these drafts. Well, I will say I don't know if I love Miles Sanders there. But I didn't really love any of the receivers either. I thought about Gage. I did think about Gage. But
It's my flex.
well, hopefully his knee flexes.
Hopefully. I mean, honestly, so like
That was a good one, Chris.
he should be able to get good yards per carry. You just hope he can fall in the end zone a few times and Lamar doesn't get all the touchdowns. But Lamar's not like a goal line guy who's going to truck people. He's not Josh Allen, Cam Newton, like.
I think the hope with Dobbins is that he scores a bunch of touchdowns because he's not going to get enough. Even if he has a good, let's give him 5 yards per carry. He's not going to have 20 carries a game. So
probably not. And you hope he gets like 2 or 3, targets a game. He's probably not going to get more than 3 targets a game. But if he can get 2 or 3 targets a game, that would be helpful.
We're talking let's say 1.5 catches a game on average. And let's say we'll give him 8 yards a catch, which is pretty good. You're looking at what? 1.5 catches for 12 yards, maybe 15 carries. So you're probably looking at like 80 to 90 total yards on average with a catch or 2. So you're looking between without a touchdown, 10 to maybe 12 PPR points. Maybe like 8 to 12 PPR points if we're going to be realistic. That's probably his range.
He has big game upside, though. He could have a few big games that win you.
No, for sure, because he can have those 2 touchdown games. He could break off a long run. But then the other worry is the ACL. First year back from ACL.
I could have taken Gibson. He was there for me.
Yeah. Well, now I'm glad I didn't wait on running back because I thought maybe Hunt will make it back to me. But no, of course, Pierre, who went to double anchor start, has to go to Hunt.
So reports coming out on Hunt that they're not getting anywhere in talks. They're probably not going to extend him. Dearness Johnson looks like he's going to, pick up his option or whatever, or not his option, but sign the tender or whatever it was. There's a lot of smoke around them possibly, trading Hunt or getting rid of Hunt.
I mean, that's fine.
He drafted Jerome Ford or whoever it is.
Yeah, like a 6th round or something, 5th round.
But Dearness looked great last year when he got the chance. They don't need 3 really good running backs.
I don't know if Dearness is really good. I think that offensive line is really good, and you could probably put almost anybody back there, and they'd be pretty good.
Yeah. I agree with you, Chris.
We're talking about a guy who was in the AAF. If he was so good, NFL teams will just let extinct talent walk away.
All the more reason why you don't need, to pay and keep Hunt.
No, I don't think. I think Hunt's gone for sure after this year. Even if they don't,
might be before this year. Honestly,
maybe, and that'd be great for Hunt's dynasty value. As somebody who has Hunt in the cut league, I would love that because chances are it's going to be a team who loses their starting running back to an ACL tear or something like that, right? And he's going to imagine if what happened to the Ravens last year happened this year. They would 100% trade for Kareem Hunt. 100%, right? They would have traded for Kareem Hunt. Or imagine, if the Rams had traded for Kareem Hunt. I don't think Darrell Henderson holds off Kareem Hunt. He can hold off Sony Michel, but I don't think he holds off Kareem Hunt. But Kareem Hunt's good.
Yeah.
So, please, trade him. But wait till somebody tears the ACL and then trade him, and then he can just jump in as a starter. And
I think you kind of, if you want to get ahead of that, at least from a dynasty perspective, go pick up Dearness Johnson for nothing right now.
That's true. That's true. So all my running back cues are already gone. Who do I like down here? Who do I like here? Anybody?
Go for Patterson, Chris. Go for it. Pick him.
Nah, never.
Fantasy headliners put him as number 17 out of 30.
Did they really?
Yeah. Something like that high. I think it might have been like 20th, I think.
What?
Yeah, that fucking old geezer. 31 years old.
Oh, man.
Better than Travis Etienne.
Okay. Calm down. They have him ranked higher than Travis Etienne?
Let me check. Yeah, they do.
That's insane.
Oh, they're probably gonna watch our video. Shoot, never mind. I should keep my mouth quiet.
I doubt it.
I mean, some of the stuff they have, like Damian Harris is like number 14, I think, or something like that.
All right, this feels a little early, but I don't really like any of these guys. I'll get a piece of the Bengals.
Wow! I'm kind of surprised you didn't go quarterback there. I know they fall late, but like with everything being as thin as it is and who's available, like
when I looked at, I thought about it there. I thought about Hurts, and then Chiefs takes Cordell Patterson, of course.
So Chris, the ring number 21 out of 25 ahead of Cam Akers, Gibson, Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins.
Dang.
You want to guess where Harrison's at?
Who?
Harris.
Najee Harris?
Yeah. No. Damian Harris.
Where is he at?
14.
Dang.
Ahead of Javonte Williams, Elijah Mitchell, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley.
Ahead of Saquon?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Dude, they're going to literally cost all their followers, all their Patreons, championships. Maybe I'm going to buy my words. Maybe I buy my words if he actually does really good behind the 7 other running backs in that team.
Not only that, he had 15 touchdowns last year, and he still wasn't that good. Like, look at his game logs. He was fine. Like, he was okay. He had some nice games, but he wasn't like a week in, week out great running back option with 15 touchdowns. That's a ton. Like, James Conner had 16. He only had one less touchdown than James Conner, and he was nowhere near as good as James Conner last year, at least for fantasy.
Yeah.
So he's not going to score 15 touchdowns again. He's not. Yeah, Michael Thomas is still going way too early in these drafts, you guys. Cannot be drafting Michael Thomas in the 4th round. Way too early, you guys. Come on. There's reports that he's still recovering from an ankle injury. It's been 2 years or whatever. It's been almost 2 years. He's still recovering. They drafted Olave. Man, how did I take Tony Pollard over Rashad White? That's why I gotta like scroll through these things instead of my queue. But anyways, Michael Thomas still recovering from an ankle injury from 2 years ago. They drafted Olave. They signed Jarvis Landry. Like there's a lot of writing on the wall that Michael Thomas either A, isn't going to play this year, or B, is not even close to what he needs to be. But you want to draft Michael Thomas in double-digit rounds? Okay, fine. But 4th round, that's way too early. Got to stop doing that.
Dude, the wide receivers are so dry right now.
We'll see. I don't know about that narrative. I think Tom Brady, if you're good and I think if you're good, Tom Brady will like you.
How confident are you that Rachaad White outscores James Cook?
I don't know how I feel about this.
I would say that one's probably pretty close for me. I probably like Rachaad White's. Well, if we're just going to talk about fantasy points and we're going to assume Fournette stays healthy all year, then I'd say James Cook probably outscores him. The difference is Rachaad White is a Leonard Fournette injury away from being an absolute beast. Like an absolute beast. Like, what is stopping Rachaad White if Leonard Fournette gets hurt? Nothing. Not Gio Bernard. Not
even
old
okay.
Gio Bernard, who I like.
Not even.
Come on, man. He's like, dude's ancient by NFL standards.
Did he bring back the mustache?
I don't know.
That's the only thing that matters.
Like, that's the difference. That's the difference to me. Well, and not only that, Rachaad White had a much more productive collegiate career and is bigger and faster than James Cook. and is honestly a better pass catcher than James Cook. But other than those things, the biggest difference to me is that Rachaad White is a Leonard Fournette injury away from being a 3-down workhorse in Tampa Bay's offense as a rookie who's got the speed, who's got the size, and has got the talent. Like, he's without a doubt the best handcuff in fantasy football. Even better than Alexander Mattison.
I think, let's see, wait.
Yes, Cheeks. I know you've been sleeping all off season, but he's 214 pounds. He ran a 4.48 40. He dominated his college in carries, at over 6 yards per carry. He is probably the best pass catching back in this draft, whether you guys want to believe it or not, because he didn't play for Georgia, so you guys think James Cook is better. He's a way better handcuff than. Would you rather have Tony Pollard on the Cowboys or the starting running back for the Bucs, who has nobody behind him?
Chris, that's an easy question.
Come on.
I think I'd rather have Pollard.
No, come on. Tom Brady. One thing about Tom Brady is Tom Brady will throw the ball to running backs. Look at every year Tom Brady running backs catch passes. Leonard Fournette has been a very mediocre pass catcher.
I don't know. I know Tony Pollard looks good in the NFL and against NFL defenses. I don't know that about Rachaad White.
But he really I mean, yeah, he looks pretty good, but Tony Pollard is usually out there in very favorable situations for running backs. He's not out there on 3rd and 2. When the defense is big and loading up and ready to stop the running back. He's not out there in like short goal line situations. He's out there on like 3rd and long or 2nd and long. He's in very favorable. And I'm not saying Tony Pollard is bad. You guys are just the problem is you guys because he didn't play for like Georgia and his last name isn't Cook. You guys don't know, but go look at. In fact, I'll show you guys something.
Chris, I'm fully willing to change my opinion on something if I think it's going to frustrate you. So that's about 60%.
I think the same way.
Right now.
That's fair. Dang, that sucks.
You got 10 seconds, Chris.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think saying that you like Pollard over Rachaad White is like. I don't think that's crazy. That seems like a, justifiable take. It's mild by Clapping Cheeks standards.
I'm gonna show you guys something. Let's see.
What's the best handcuff to see? Chris, what do you consider a handcuff?
Well, it depends. Are you looking at
it's like Melvin Gordon,
like Alexander Mattison?
Okay,
like
so you
no value unless Cook gets hurt.
Got it. So So James Cook's not going to be one. Let's see.
You know, Ramondre Stevenson's like the opposite of a handcuff. Insofar as that he's not going to be the lead back, but even if Damian Harris gets hurt, he's still going to be part of a split backfield. There's like no chance of him taking that over, which is a shame, right? But
why didn't it? Why doesn't this thing work at? Well, I'll show you guys this, because I can't get this to work. I don't know why it's not letting me in. But if you look at, so if we go back to 2021, where's 2021? Okay, so maybe I can get 2022 here. Okay, so well, let's go back to 2020. Maybe I can do it if I get this. Let's see. Well, anyways, I can't find it right now. It won't let me log in. But there's this thing called back caps for running backs. It takes in all these certain things, like how much they got used in college, yards per carry, their size, their weight, their speed compared to their weight, all these certain things. And Rachaad White has very similar back casts to Najee Harris, Derrick Henry, Ezekiel Elliott. It's just because of the school he went to that you guys think he's not good. It's not my fault. You guys only pay attention to the top 5 schools. Maybe not you guys, maybe Copper Cheek. Only, if he doesn't go to a big time school, he's actually really good. He's really, really good. He's easily, to me, he was probably the number 2 running back in this class. Behind, probably number 2.
Wait, are you talking about the relative athletic score, the RAS?
No, it looks at everything. It looks at like how many yards per. It looks at like your yards per carry in college. It looks at your like how you did against your whatever you call. What do you call them? Players. Your not your competitors, but you're like, what do you call it? The other running backs. I don't know what you call it. I can't think of the word right now. It starts with a C. It looks at your pass catching. It looks at your size. It looks at your speed. And then it uses that and compares to other similar running backs and how they perform in the NFL. Like James Cook, okay, put it this way. Rachaad White's back cast was like 56. James Cook's was negative 43. Negative 43. That's horrendous. I don't know what Tony Pollard's was. If we're talking, it's different if we're talking about a fantasy football draft because Rachaad White with Leonard Fournette isn't going to have a whole lot of value. I'm saying if Leonard Fournette got hurt, yes, I would 100% take Rachaad White over all those guys. Hey, let's be real. With AJ, I know everybody loves AJ Dillon, but AJ Dillon was very average last year when he got the start. He caught more passes than we expected, but he was not very good running the football. He was just kind of average running the football. That snow game that everybody was like, oh, do you see him in the snow against the worst run defense in the NFL? How good he was? Yeah, that was good. Like, not saying that he's bad, but A.J. Dillon isn't some generational talent. A.J. Dillon is not like a generational running back talent.
He's just so big. It's so weird to see him run. He's like a 300-pound man running. It feels like he's 240, I think. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's fine.
It's kind of hard to.
What is this? What is this thing you posted right here? What is that? Look at that, Rachaad White. No, I don't even know what that is, but I like it. It's got Rachaad White number 2. What is that?
It's the relative athletic score. It takes in their athleticism and like their speed and all these their cone time and all that stuff relative to like their size and it basically tells you how athletic they are as a prospect is what it's trying to do. Taking all the metrics and try to tell you how athletic they are. And he's like right up there with Breece Hall.
This is the thing. When Leonard Fournette gets hurt and misses some games this year, which is going to happen, and Rachaad White is dominating, I don't want a word. I don't want a word out of anybody.
So I like Rachaad White. I've never trashed Rachaad White. I don't. You have this vendetta where you decide you decided that you really like Rachaad White, and the way to do this is to highlight how much better he is and how much more you like him than James Cook. And that to me is a bit, I don't know. I don't hate James Cook.
I didn't say I liked him more than James Cook.
I don't know, man.
I like him more as he's a better prospect than James Cook. And if Rachaad White got drafted to Buffalo, he'd do way better in Buffalo than James Cook is going to do in Buffalo. But again, I said James Cook, if Leonard Fournette stays healthy, will outscore Rachaad White because he'll get more opportunity. He just will. And look, talent is only part of the equation in fantasy football, especially for running backs. Opportunity is a huge thing, right? Opportunity is huge. I remember when Leonard Fournette was complete dust a few years ago, and now you guys love Leonard Fournette. He's like the greatest running back in fantasy, or one of the greatest running backs in fantasy. What changed? His opportunity changed, right? His opportunity changed. He went to a great offense with a quarterback who will throw him the ball 70 times a year or plus a year and give him lots of chances to score touchdowns. So he went from being dust and a bust to being awesome.
I got to interrupt here to point out Cheeks does not have a quarterback.
Cheeks, who's your QB? Curtis Samuel going to be playing quarterback for you?
He doesn't have a tight end either.
That's freaking hilarious. Automatic an 8.
Yeah, I got him too riled up. I got him too riled up with these talked about handcuffs. I was so riled up by these handcuffs, he couldn't even figure out to draft a QB and a tight end. I mean, literally, you were sitting there looking at like you drafted Robbie Anderson. Come on, Cheeks. I know you've been out of commission most of the offseason, but it's time to get back into it now.
Did you pay him to do this so we'd forget about the time you did draft a tight end? Here, just go ahead and don't try to draft a tight end or QB.
Okay, sure. You drafted Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. Sure, no problem. They'll definitely be on waivers for you. No problem. Mock draft waivers. That's what we need. That's what we should do. After a mock draft, we should then go to waivers. people who didn't like their draft can go pick people up. All right, let's see what we got here. Hot Shots, are you Smitty? Well, we're gonna find out. Hot Shots. Let's see. All right, JT Higgins. I like that. I mean, Chubb at the 3-2. That's good value. I talked about Thomas. We gotta stop drafting him that early. I mean, even if he comes back this year, I don't really see him doing much. Burke's fine. Burrow, that's good value. Hawk, fine. Kind of like Singletary. I think he's still gonna have a decent role. Watson, worth it. Algier, not bad. I guess Knox is okay. I'm not really big on drafting 2 tight ends, but it's fine. Josh Palmer with your last pick. He's got one more pick here. Josh Palmer, J.D. McKissick, fine. Yeah, that Thomas pick really killed you. If you could have gotten somebody like, I don't know, Burks, Juju, St. Brown, Olave, really almost anybody, I felt a lot better about this team. That's going to hurt. It's also going to hurt that your third wide receiver is, well, maybe Michael Thomas, but probably Christian Watson, Josh Palmer. And your flex, Singletary out here. I'll give that one a 7. It's hard to give a Jonathan Taylor, T. Higgins, Nick Chubb team a too low of a grade. That's a great start. I feel like after that, there's some mistakes. I'm going to say 7.5 on that one. All right, I don't even know how am I supposed to grade Cheeks' team with no QB, no tight end. What am I supposed to do here?
Automatic 9.
All right. Cup, Javonte, Leonard Fournette. I don't mind that start at all. I mean, I'm not big on DJ Moore. Yeah, I do like Juju. Godwin might be worth the game. Wow, he's got Godwin and Hopkins both might miss the first half of the season. Well, we know Hopkins missed 6.
Chris, I just noticed that he has Godwin, Hopkins, Gallup. They're all just they're all gonna be gone for about half the season.
6 through 8 might miss, a combined 25 games. I don't know. Patterson, Parker, Rojo, and then of course instead of going quarterback tight end at the end, he goes Anderson. Same. I don't know. Let's say he went to a Gesicki or something. Man. After that Cup Javonte Fournette start, this team could have really had something. It really had something here. Just don't know if you need to go Godwin, Hopkins, and Gallup. Yeah, even if I give you Tua and Gesicki or something like that, or I don't know, Cousins and Irv Smith or whatever you want. Yeah, I think that's another 7.5 team for me. That's with giving you the quarterback and tight end. With no quarterback and tight end, it's like a 0. But with the quarterback tight end, I'll give you a 7.5. All right, Danny, CMC, AJ Brown. They got the Brown twins right there. I guess I shouldn't call them twins. They're like twins, like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger were twins, right? I don't know how many of you even remember that movie. It's an old movie. Brees Hall at the 4.9, that's great. Josh Allen at the 5, that's great. Sky Moore, Russell Gage, I like them. Dylan, that's good there. Galladay, I think he's worth a shot this year. I like Hendo there. People are sleeping on him. DPJ, I like him. Price worth a shot. Can measure tight in the last round. I like that. It's a good squad right here. I mean, CMC, Brees Hall. If CMC stays healthy, man, that's a crazy combo. Like the Brown twins, Moore, Gage, Galladay. Yeah, that's a good team. Josh Allen the 5th. That's a good team. I'm going to give that one an 8.5. That's a good team. All right, Cedric Jefferson, my guy. Kelsey, Aaron Jones, Darnell Mooney, Etienne. Good value for Etienne. London Lazard. And Harris fine there. Patrick. I almost picked Patrick that one. Good pick. Carter. Rodgers in the 11th. Nothing wrong with that. Dotson, Mack. Worth it. This is not a good team. I don't know if it's quite as good as Danny's. I think it's in between. So I'm going to give that one the 8. All right, Nate Eck, Keenan Deontay. We talked about James Conner. I can't talk myself into James Conner over Hall or Etienne, personally. St. Brown. I'm actually kind of surprised he didn't go Olave. Herbert, that's good. Dobbins, fine. I think that's a fine spot for Dobbins. I'm on Dobbins in the 7th. I think that's fine. Kirk Woods, Jacoby Myers, Ertz in the 11th. That's good. Chark Hardman. Eckler, Allen Johnson, Brown, Herbert. Yeah, I think this is on par. This is on par with Cedric's team. I don't know if I quite like it as much as Danny's team. If you had Hall or ATN, I might like it as much. Maybe I'm just too low on Connor, but I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be a 3-down back there in Arizona. So give that one an 8 as well. Still a good team. And if Connor does what he did last year, that could be a great team for sure. All right, Keith, Henry, Evans, Metcalf, Mike Williams, Olave. I actually like those wide receivers. I mean, personal preference, but man, if you had Sutton or Judy in there instead of Metcalf, I think that'd be great for your wide receivers. Kittle in the 6, that's fantastic value. I'm kind of okay with Edwards-Helaire there. I definitely like Edmonds there. Murray in the 9th, that's great value. Landry, Hines, Jamal, with the Williams twins to finish. I think that's good. That's a really good team. A really good team. Really strong team. I like him more in Davis team. Let's see. Henry, Evans, I definitely like your wide receivers more. So I like Henry, CH, Edmonds more than McCaffrey, Hall, Dillon. Probably not. He's probably got you there. He's got you a little bit of QB, but you got on a tight end. I'll give you 8. I think you and Danny, it's really close. It just comes down to you've got him at some positions, he's got you at others. I'm gonna give you 8-5 as well, right there with Danny's team. Good job. It's a good team. All right, Gene Hackman, after going all running back last week, did the opposite this week. Chase, Hill, Judy, don't mind that start at all. And then you got Montgomery Acres. That's pretty good. You got Mahomes in the 6. That's really good. Goddard, fine, whatever. James Cook, Darius Toney, Rashad Penny, Spiller. All right, this is also a good team. Don't know if it's as definitely strong at those first 3 wide receivers. You're worried about your running back depth, but you ended up okay on running backs. I think both Montgomery and Akers will be solid. They might not be RB1s, but they'll be solid RB2 volume guys. Mahomes, obviously, great QB. Goddard will be fine. Got some good shots at the back half of your draft. I don't think it's quite as good as Keith and Danny, but it's still one of the better teams, so I'm going to give you an 8 as well. Nice job. All right, Rob, Mixon, Debo, Andrews at the 3-9. That's crazy good value. Kamara at the 4-4 is – even if Kamara is suspended 4 games, Kamara in the 4th is good value. Thielen, Lockett, I really wish you would have gone – I know the wide receivers dry up quick in this draft, but I wish you would have gone maybe Ayuk over Kenneth Walker, just because you're when you're coming out with only Debo as your only early wide receiver, I'd like to see a little more wide receivers there, and then maybe attack running back again a little later. But you got Renfro, you got Rondell Moore, Russell Wilson in the 10th. That's really – I don't know why people are so down on Russell Wilson. Basically his thumb was hanging off the bone last year. It's gonna be great in Denver. Crowder, Pierce, Hamler. Again, I'd like to see some running backs there at the end. But overall, it's a good team. You got some good value. You got some really good value with Andrews and Kamara. I don't know if it's quite on the level of the 8s, but it's definitely better than the 7-5. So I'm gonna give you a 7-7-5. I'm really curious what Pierre is doing here, because this does not feel like a Pierre team at all. Cook, Barkley, Pitts, no wide receivers for 3 rounds. McLaurin, Gabe Davis in the 5th. Elijah Moore. Kareem Hunt. After you go double anchor, seems strange. Claypool, I've never seen Pierre draft Chase Claypool. Really wondering who drafted this team. Obviously, I like Rashad White. I like Jalen Hurts. I was going picking Zamir. Zamir is one of those guys. And Cook Barkley could be great. A couple of like, this was like what, 2019, 2018, 2019. That Cook Barkley started the thing. Those wide receivers are a little dicey. Obviously, you need a big bounce back from Barkley. You need a decent bounce back from Cook. Pitt's great value there. Hurts great value. I don't know about that team. Get that one at 7.75 as well. All right, Roberto, Adams, Swift. That's a good start. Waddle, Cooks, Garrett Wilson. Yeah. I mean, I like Waddle, Cooks, and PPR. Wilson, the potential's there. Schultz, I mean, over Kittle, over Waller. That seems. I don't know if I would take him over those guys. Jacobs, fine. In the 7th round, I'm fine with Jacobs. Lamar in the 8th is great. Gordon, fine. David Bell, fine. Madison, fine. All those other guys are fine. Yeah, I think if you would have had like Kittle or Waller there over Schultz. Not that I'm down on Schultz. I just feel like those guys are probably going to be better than him. But overall, it's a solid team. No real major holes on this team, so I'm going to give that one an 8. Good job. And Ale with Diggs, Lamb, Sutton, Robinson start. Those Robinson is, I mean, you can say whatever you want about Robinson, but when Robinson is your wide receiver 4, you can't feel too bad about that. And then you get Zeke Mitchell. Yeah, that's pretty good. You Gibson, okay. I mean, okay. Pierce, MVS, and then you get Brady, Freiermuth down at the end. That's nice, and Khalil to finish it off. That's a strong team as well. I don't know. I mean, I think Zeke will be fine this year. Like, he's going to be like a high-end RB2, probably. Same with Mitchell, right? Those aren't going to be like RB1s, but when you go first favorite wide receivers, what do you expect? Your wide receivers are obviously definitely have the best wide receivers in this draft. Is that an advantage? Is that enough of an advantage over Danny or Keith? I don't know. I think it's on par with that. I'll give you 8.5 as well. I don't know if it's better than their team. Certainly, you got them a wide receiver, but I think they probably have you a running back. They have you a QB, definitely. Keith has you at tight end. I'm gonna give you 8.5 as well. All right. Another draft where I feel like there wasn't any like teams that were like, whoa, that team's insane, but a lot of good teams. Like a lot of good teams. But when you get a lot of good drafters, that's what you get, right? You get a lot of good teams. Usually not any like otherworldly teams. So all right, guys. Well, good job as always. Appreciate it as always. Hopefully one of these nights we'll get an underdog draft going on here, right? We'll get a live best ball draft going. That would be nice. Maybe next week we can organize that.
We have a sign-up started in the Discord, so if you want to get in on that, join the Discord.
Yeah, I've had that thing scrolling the whole time. Join the Discord. Right there. Join the Discord. It's in the description. It's free. It's awesome. Get in there. All right, guys. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you joining and checking us out, supporting us and watching our videos. And we'll see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.
Have a nice night, Chris. See you in the Discord.
See ya.